Oh, welcome to Bio News Network. I am Wade with the weather, and we are bringing you the latest information regarding severe weather across the continental United States. If you're new to this channel, please by all means go ahead and smash that like button and go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell for the latest information regarding the weather. So, we're actually taking a look at these severe temperatures all across the country. We can actually see that there's some high temperatures in the region of the Pacific Northwest. As we anticipated, that heat dome has shifted slightly to the east with respect to the Pacific Northwest. So we're actually seeing more severe temperatures in the region of Boise, Idaho, as well as western Montana, into eastern section of Oregon. Just some of the temperatures we can actually see here. We can see for Boise, Idaho, 90 degrees with a max of 103. And in the region of Phoenix, we're seeing temperatures 96 degrees with a max of 105. And for Medford, Oregon, which was really heavy with an excessive heat warning for the last 2 or 3 days, we're seeing 79 degrees and it's a max of 99 degrees Fahrenheit. With respect to the rest of the country, we can actually see that the rest of the country is actually maxed at the low 90s to the upper 80s. Dallas, 85 degrees with a max of 91. Atlanta, 86 degrees with a max of 88. And then when we see the Northeast, we do see with the Northeast, they are also encountering pretty severe weather as far as heat index is concerned. We do see those temperatures for New York City, 95 degrees with a max of 97 for today. And for Boston, it's 93 degrees with a max of 95 degrees. So as far as the weather is concerned, this heat is going to be with us for quite some time. The best thing to do is to stay hydrated going into the remainder of the day, into the night. We anticipate for Thursday the temperatures will be about the same, more intensity in the Pacific Northwest. And do keep in mind we have a severe drought in states such as Nevada and Arizona, as well as New Mexico and Utah. So not only are we wrestling with extreme high temperatures in the region, we're also looking at severe drought monitors where many of the natural reservoirs and aquifers are actually running quite low, low, low below their normal capacity. So we do hope for precipitation in the southwest region, especially in states such as Arizona and Utah and Nevada, California that are facing severe wildfire risk also. As we look towards our next, as we look towards our precipitation model, we can actually see that what's actually happening is that we have a high pressure system just over the northeast section of New Mexico, along the border of New Mexico and Colorado, and we do anticipate along the border, the boundary lines from about central Kansas, Oklahoma, into the region of the Great Lakes, into the region of New England, upstate New York, even into Maine, that there'll be scattered thunderstorms. We're actually seeing some of those storms on our monitor right now, and we see some. Unfortunately, we are seeing some local spotter reports of funnel clouds in the region just south of Des Moines, Iowa. But we do see those supercells forming in the region just along the border of Nebraska as well as Iowa. And we anticipate that there will be movement of these thunderstorm systems throughout Iowa, into the Great Lakes area. We can see some of the severe thunderstorms being faced in upstate New York near Syracuse. A lot of local spotter reports of very, very severe, very, very high thunderstorm gust winds, and in the region of upstate New York, Albany. These are just some of the thunderstorms that were sighted on the local our Doppler radar for this region only just a few minutes ago. So we're seeing some heavy, significant thunderstorms in this region, and we do see that there's possibility of hail half of an inch to an inch in some regions. So we are watching that region. With respect to our current precipitation, we do see that there are going to be additional thunderstorms in the region of South Florida, as well as the southeast states, Georgia and Alabama. We do have some remnants of that tropical depression Danny that had moved into the South Carolina region. So we are wrestling with that, interacting with the atmosphere in the region of the southeast. But we do see a distinct sign where we do see those clear patterns as far as precipitation along that boundary layer of systems between ranging from eastern Oklahoma into eastern Kansas into the region of Missouri and Iowa, as well as Illinois, all the way extending as we had seen shower activity all up into the area of the upstate New York, as well as Massachusetts. So we anticipate that that will continue to impact the region with additional thunderstorm activity throughout the evening. As we look towards our dew points, that can give us a pretty good idea as far as what's actually happening, which areas are going to be more prone to shower activity. We do anticipate that it's going to be pretty heavy as far as thunderstorms in the region of Florida. We do see telltale signs of 96 degrees humidity with 99% chance of precipitation in the South Florida region for the rest of the evening, and the pressure there is a 1018 millibars. So we anticipate that there'll be more scattered thunderstorms in that region, especially with surface heating that is going to be impacting that region throughout all of Florida, in fact. And we do see the possibility of increased thunderstorm activity in the region of the southeast states, most notably the area of Houston, with a 15% chance of thunderstorm activity in that region, as well as possibly even Dallas. But we do see those dew points actually in a lower 70s all across the southeast states, such as southeast Texas into Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. And we see for Atlanta 67 degrees dew point, 15% chance of rain. We did place dew point indicators in the region of Las Vegas and Phoenix, just to show you that there's a very little chance of any kind of precipitation in that region. It's very, very dry. Humidity is 52% in the Las Vegas area, but very, very low chance of any rain, and we do need to see some additional rainfall in that region. As far as the Northeast, that will continue to have increased chance of scattered thunderstorms, especially in the region, as we had stated, upstate New York, also Pennsylvania, Ohio, near the Great Lakes, and we do see some indicators that there'll be more scattered thunderstorms along the border of Kansas and Oklahoma into the region of Missouri and Iowa. So we're going to be watching those regions pretty clearly, pretty closely for the next few hours. As far as other areas of the country with marginal risk, we are focusing on enhanced risk for Boston, Massachusetts, Worcester, Massachusetts, Springfield, Massachusetts, Manchester, New Hampshire, as well as Lowell, Massachusetts. We do see some significant thunderstorm activity actually spawning in that area. We could definitely clearly see them on our Doppler radar. Here we see some really powerful supercell thunderstorms, and also we see those special marine advisories off the coast of Portland and Lewiston in the area. Boston doesn't seem to have any showers for now, but it is possible that they may get thunderstorms throughout the evening, especially with surface heating, and if there's if there's minimal cloud cover and increased surface heating, then there's going to increase the chance of possibly more thunderstorm activity in the region. But Boston is marked off for thunderstorm activity throughout into the evening and possibly into tonight. So there's a possibility there. With respect to other areas, we do see for Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Akron, Ohio, Yonkers, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, as well as Peterson, New Jersey, for a slight risk of possible severe weather in the region. And we do see that extending all the way down to possibly New York and Philadelphia and Baltimore, Maryland. Based solely on the dew points as well as the humidity rating and pressure, we anticipate scattered thunderstorms throughout the southeast, most notably Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, additional thunderstorm activity in that region, and possibly thunderstorms in the region of Houston as well as southern Louisiana in the region of New Orleans, going into the evening. So we are actually in hurricane season, as you already know, and we have been watching the tropics. We have two systems that have actually been have their eye on the Caribbean. The system that's closer to the Leeward and Windward Islands only has about a 10% chance of forming into any kind of um, cyclonic development in the next few days, in fact. But we do have our eye on the one that's further away. In fact, meteorologists are actually plotting it with spaghetti models, different spaghetti model forecasting tools, and it doesn't look good as far as a possibility of it taking that telltale path towards the state of Florida, skirting up along the northern coast of Hispaniola and Cuba, up into the southern Bahamas, into Florida. We anticipate that with a low that's actually in the region of Bermuda, that a lot of the storms that are going to be brewing in this region are actually going to be pulled more along Florida, the state of Florida, along the coast of the Carolinas with this hurricane season. Whereas for the 2020 hurricane season, we do know that most of them were actually steered into the Gulf of Mexico. Based on atmospheric patterns, we anticipate that more of these storms will actually be pulled into the region of the state of Florida. So we have our eyes really focused on the storm that's actually marked in red. It's halfway between the Leeward and Windward Islands and the west coast of Africa at this time, and it's getting quite a bit of attention simply because of the type of pressure, and we're monitoring the level of cyclonic organization as it gets closer and closer to the Leeward and Windward Islands. But we'll continue to bring you updates as far as what will actually be happening with that system, its development, whether it will be declared a depression in the next few days. We do anticipate there's an 80% chance that it will form into a more advanced system. So we're definitely taking a closer look at that. Now, we do have a tropical depression Enrique, which is actually off the coast of Mexico. It's forecasted to bring significant amount of rain on the west coast of Mexico, and right now it's just moving very, very slowly taking the same path it's been for the last day or two, but it has been downgraded. The winds are only about 35 to 40, about 30 to 35 miles per hour at this time. So we're continuing to monitor actually what's actually happening with Enrique as it makes its way across. But it has been a very, very, very active hurricane season so far, and it's just beginning. So we have to take a real close look as far as what's actually happening and how it's going to impact the continental United States. As far as temperatures are concerned, we do want to make one more note here that there have been a loss of life, unfortunately, as a result of the heat wave in Canada. Reports of loss of life in Canada as well as the Pacific Northwest. Definitely try to stay indoors, away from heavy heating, stay in cool areas, stay hydrated. Do not underestimate the power of the heat and the sun, as far as possible heat stroke and elevating medical risks going forward. Depending on your own personal medical history, heat can impact you in various ways, and it's not to be taken lightly. So definitely We do recommend here at Bow News Network that you try to stay hydrated, stay aware of the heat and also the humidity, and in your neck of the woods, and stay hydrated and take all the necessary steps to stay cool as possible. So this has been our weather report here at Bow News Network, our latest Bow to the Weather report. And as always, we want to thank all of our subscribers for tuning in to our latest Bow to the Weather report, and do keep us in mind for our next update as far as the weather. We're going to continue to monitor the tropics for you as far as the development of those systems in the on the eastern side of the Atlantic and the Caribbean Sea, what actually develops with those systems moving into the region. And of course, we'll continue to monitor all of the severe weather in the continental United States for you. And as always, we thank all of our subscribers for tuning in. We're so appreciative and grateful for all of you tuning in to our live streams of our weather. Stay tuned and hit that notification bell for the latest updates as far as the weather is concerned here at Bow News Network. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day now.